All right, the X-Man's coming to you live on YouTube. Um, I haven't been on here like too much, but I wanted to talk about last night's game in particular. And everybody got out and they got all happy, and everybody says, "Yeah, man, the Cowboys, they're going to the Super Bowl because they beat the Eagles in a lucky game and they beat the Chiefs in a lucky game." So I wanted to talk more about this. So I figured I would get on here for a couple minutes and see if I could talk about it. So again, the Dallas Cowboys are now 6-6-1. They trail the Eagles by 2.5, maybe 3 games. They're not catching the Eagles. So I don't understand why the Dallas Cowboy fans come out of the woodworks pretending like they're going to do something here. Jerry Jones is a delusional owner. He's already this year, he's given away his best player, and they did. He gave away Micah Parsons. Gave him away to the Green Bay Packers because he didn't want to pay the man. Green Bay Packers are still in the thick of things in the playoff race over there. And they have a better record than the Cowboys. The Cowboys went into Detroit last night and got beat. They didn't get crushed, but they did get beat, though. Just as typical as these typical Cowboy fans come out of the woodworks and are always talking shit about how great they are and how amazing they are. And he won nothing of relevance for almost 30 years now, going on 30 years. So the Dallas Cowboys sitting at 6-6-1. The only good victory that they did have was the one over the Eagles. And I don't even think they lost to the Bears. I think they might even have lost to the Commanders in there somewhere. I don't remember, but I can tell you right now that that team is not ready to go. And your boy, the so-called great George Pickens, he gave up on the Cowboys last night, even though everybody said he's a great pickup. I'm like, well, he gave up. He had 5 catches, 37 yards. He really didn't do much. Now, CeeDee Lamb, until he got hurt, actually had a pretty good game. CeeDee Lamb had 6 catches, 121 yards last night. It didn't seem to be too crazy. Their running game is anemic. Javonte Williams had a touchdown, but he only had 17 rushes, 67 yards. And they took the L. All I'm saying is, every year these Cowboy fans come out of the woodworks as soon as they get a little bit of a winning streak going. And then they start talking about how amazingly great they are, how great Dak is. No, don't get it wrong. Dak threw for a lot of yards. He had 376 yards, but he had a pick and two interceptions and one touchdown. That's not going to get the job done. The turnovers kill. They don't have a great offensive line. And our defense couldn't stop anybody. So yeah, as we talk about the playoff race heating up, one thing I wanted to get out of the woodworks today in my live is watching the Dallas Cowboys self-destruct again, and they're going to miss the playoffs. And Jerry Jones continues to make these bonehead decisions because he's not a good owner. I've been saying this for years now. Ever since the firing of Jimmy Johnson, it's all fell apart. Barry Switzer carried him to a Jimmy Johnson inherited ring, which really could have been a loss, too. They almost had that one. The Pittsburgh Steelers were pretty close in that game. And Neil O'Donnell not throwing the ball at Larry Brown. The Cowboys might have lost that game. I think people forget that. They were almost close to not having that one either, which would have knocked them back to 93. So, now, in the year 2025, the Cowboys, I don't think they haven't even sniffed an NFC Championship game since 1995 either. Keep in mind, they haven't even made it past the second round of the playoffs. Maybe 2 times in 30 years that they've done that. And these fans keep thinking that they're going to do something. That's the crazy part about it. They're not. Stephen A. Smith is wrong. Skip Bayless is dead wrong. I love Pac-Man, but he's off too. These 2 fluke wins didn't really... It didn't show up for the Cowboys like people wanted it to. So, I was just on here to talk about the Cowboys. So anyway, I'm going to get off. X-Men out.